Be having Ebin, the Ancient Templar, here for another Server 76 scrim, hosted by me on my beautiful Twitch channel with everyone here watching. Shout out to everyone on Twitch who's been joining us. So Ebin was in the spring series, of course. They just missed out on the finals, I believe. No, that was 4 down that missed out on the finals. So Ebin, I believe, made the finals. They were unsuccessful, but still had a very good run in the spring series. Were quite dominant in Division 2, whereas a lot of Ancient Templar, half of them are left over from Abyss. If you can remember Abyss, they eventually folded. They had so I'm telling you, Apathetic. So he was their main DPS, a very good hit scan and Widowmaker player. He left and he's joined Skyfire, which unfortunately for him, they've gone on a break for about a month. So the leftover members for Abyss have joined together and banded together to form Ancient Templar, whose their coach and owner is Doctor, as in Dr. Nutter, as you guys might realize and know. And you've got Wuvo, Flake, and Project who also joined them, and Sparky. So everyone's going to start fighting amongst the point now, as Sparky's the first one to be taken out by Yang, as Bane's going to be sent down to the Abyss into the well. So good night for him. So it's going to be 5-on-5 right now. The hook's going to come out from Spoons, unsuccessful here, as the fight's going to continue here on the right-hand side. Can't find any picks here, as Miss, I can't think who's, Miss Saigon is, Saigon, sorry, who's going to be taken out here by Wuvo. So I'm already just laughing at Ebin's name, so fantastic bunch of guys here, as the fight's still continuing on the well. No one with a distinct advantage besides Ancient Templar. Now they're going to start capping if Ebin's not too careful. They're just being able to touch here, as Arco's just moving to the left-hand side, and Bane's going to push up here on top of Spoons, has a bonus grenade land on top of him, trying to hook point blank, gets the whole hog, not the whole hog, the hog's breath, breathing in here to keep his health up, as the nano boost is pretty early here. It's on top of Wuvo, who gets flashbanged, but he's going to walk around the corner with a tactical visor. He gets a kill, a nice triple kill here, so Wuvo doing a good job with that combination, as Miss Saigon gets the kill on top of Spoons here on the far side, charging back, needs to get back to her team. It's not going to happen though. But with the kills coming out here from Ancient Templar, they're in control with 7%. 3 ultimates on the side of Ebin, as I'm just writing down team. I don't even need to write down. I know these teams off by heart. I'm not writing down anything. So 15% here for Ancient Templar. As you can see, Ebin get ready to push in here through the main entrance. But a grenade, I think it just landed on my camera actually, as Yang's got the nano boost on top of him. Can he do one better than Wuvo and get 4 kills? He's already got 1. Miss Saigon gets the kill on top of Sparky. So Ebin, with a nice quick push in here, they didn't use too many ultimates, so this was a great push here for Ebin. They've still got the Earth Shatter, they've got a nano boost, and now they've got the self-destruct as well, so they're definitely ready for defense and get ready for the push here from Ancient Templar. They need to come in. They've got the nano boost, they've got the whole hog, the Earth Shatter, and the self-destruct, so they can throw in the self-destruct here from Project to scatter the defenses here for Ebin, which is what I would expect them to do, but he's very close here. Here it goes. He's going to scatter the fence. He's going to force them across here to the right-hand side, but no one's been caught out here. Miss Saigon actually picks up the kill on Project. Mason's there to follow up here with the McCree getting a kill, and everyone's going to just flood in here with Ebin and taking out most of their Ancient Templar lineup there. So good job there to see that self-destruct coming and just rotating through the right-hand side, completely avoiding it and allowing them to push up here and taking out most of the lineup here. They didn't really expect it, just completely blindsided them. So next time, maybe come around from this side. Would have been a lot safer if they walked through here. I feel Ancient Templar through in the self-destruct just over here and got here into the back-end corner. But still plenty of time left on the clock for them to get back onto the point, as now they're going to touch base here. The big hook here, max range on top of Satiric. He's going to go down, falling down. Miss Saigon's going to join him as well. He gets booped down there, so a lot of the environmental kills coming out for Ancient Templar now, as Spoons gets a kill for Ancient Templar, getting on top of the point, as the flashbang's going to come on top of Sparky. And the Diva here, I'm trying to see, his Bane is on the Diva trying to get up nice and close, but Yang's going to get a double kill, so they've turned things back around here even. They had 2 environmental kills, with 2 of their members died to environmental kills, and they were able to bring it back. So having 4 members up against 6 is pretty hard to do, and they were able to do it with Bane being in their face with the defense matrix, and then a couple of the players, Yang was able to get a double kill and turn things around, and he didn't even use his tactical visor for it. So they still got the tactical visor, nano boost, and a self-destruct here, and the Earth Shatter. Here comes the self-destruct. It's going to get placed pretty nicely. He's going to separate the lineup of Ancient Templar, who are forced to move forward here, but Spoons has used the whole hog and got a kill here, I believe. Yep, And here comes the Earth Shatter from Sparky, who send down a couple of people down to the floor. Wubo's there to help back up as well. So everyone just following up here and using their ultimates. Ancient Templar, which Ebin used a couple, but they still have the Tactical Visor and Nano Boost. So they were smart to hold on to those and not waste them. As now they have a good opportunity to use those ultimates and get back onto the top of the point. They don't have an Earth Shatter or a Self-Destruct to mess around with the defense of Ancient Templar and separate them and corner someone out. But they do have a Jedi now up online for Mason, who's just popped it. So he's behind his Reinhardt shield and trying to get it off. He's not going to pick anything up though. Oh, he does. He proves me wrong. He gets the kill on top of Saphira as the Nano Boost on top of Yang is in the opposite side. Here comes the Self-Destruct right next to a couple of members of Ebin. It's not going to get any kills though. The Sparking Spoons do get one kill each. It's quite even here with Flake getting the kill on top of Arco. As it's just Bane and Mason now. Bane gets hooked point flank. Max being popped. He can't get out in time. They're going to take him out. There's going to be one last push here for Ebin to get back on top of the point. As they've done a good job now, Ancient Templar, and they've forced a lot of ultimates out from Ebin. They've only got the sound barrier. They'll have a self-destruct as well. If Bane can get back into the fight in time. No, he will be able to. It's at 88%, so he can get back in time as Arco does have the sound barrier ready to go. As Miss Goon gets the kill on top of Project, so good opportunity now for Ebin to push on through the checkpoint. Here they go with the sound barrier from Arco. They're going to push on forward with Wubo. Has the Nano Boost on top of him. He's popped the Tactical Visor now. He's letting the bullets fly. He hasn't picked up any kills though. Spoons does get one. As Bane's going to land there. The mech's being popped, so he needs to be careful and try and circle back to his team and to stay in a good position. As a lot of the Ebin guys are now pushing forward. Spoons has been caught out. There's still a couple of members left for Ancient Templar, but the Bionic Grenade lands on top of Saphira, who needs to get back to a safer position. Project's going to move forward though, with the help of the pressure from Wubo, who gets a double kill. Bane's in a lot of trouble now. He's trying to circle around and keep people's attention on top of him, but it's not going to work because too many people on Ancient Templar are on the point. No one from Ebin can get there, and that's the first point to Ancient Templar, who did a good job, who were down a lot of ultimates, and Ebin had a lot of advantage with 4 ultimates at one stage to about 2 from Ancient Templar. So Ebin kind of lost that when they had the Deadeye from Mason. They had the Nano Boost and the Tactical Blast, and they weren't successful with those 3 ultimates, and they didn't have a sound barrier or an Earth Shatter to try and follow it up. Or they're kind of missing. You kind of want something with those DPS ults, not just the Nano Boost. You need something to like follow it up to give it that bit of oomph and give it that extra advantage to landing on people. Because if you get that Earth Shatter off and you've got the Tactical Buzz and Nano Boost, you're just going to wipe a team with that combination. Or if you have that sound barrier, it gives like the Soldier 76 running around with extra health, and he doesn't have to worry about getting killed using his ultimate. So, and it was kind of sucked for them not to have those 2 ultimates even, but they've got the chance now to come back against Ancient Templar, who did have a strong showing at the end. They're going to start fighting here, closer to the spawn point of Ebin on their entranceway. Is Wubo and Project on the Tracer and the Genji, so a very aggressive comp here, dive comp, as you see with the Tracer, Genji, and Zenyatta, D.Va, Winston. So I try to tell a lot of people that I've been streaming lately that that's what you want to run Zenyatta with. I've seen some people run Zenyatta with a Reinhardt heavy comp, which is not going to work because you're going to pick a Lucio to sit at the back line when everyone's grouped together, because you get maximum heals off with everyone in your aura. But if you've got Zenyatta, you want people that can dive in, and you can throw the Orb of Harmony and Discord all people as well to make them extra squishy and get the advantage in the team. So that's how the dive works out. People are asking for a pause though, so I was going to see what's going on there. Arco was asking for it, so hopefully that's, there we go, the pause is coming through, gives me a chance to have a drink. So I'm just going to finish right down Ancient Templar. There we go. Ancient Templar. So, Ancient Templar are on the up and up. I've seen them, sorry. It's going to count down. Ancient Templar have been coming up through Cybergamer. They've picked up the win on Masterminds last Tuesday. And they've been picking up, they always beat Love Shack the week before. So they've done a good job the past 2 weeks since being formed as a team. So, strong promising, and that they can beat Ebin here in a couple of scrims. Be on the lookout for them because they're an up and coming team. But Yang has got other thoughts as he gets the kill on top of Wubo, fighting just outside the health pack room here, moving on to the checkpoint as a lot of the Ebin people are doing a good job staying together. As here we got the self-destruct. Not going to pick up any kills here though. The shield was in a good position here for Miss Saigoon. Everyone rallying behind it. And people jumping down on top of the... killing up all the stragglers now. I was going to say on top of the checkpoint. That's not going to make any sense. Ancient Templar. Now regathering outside their spawn. So they have the dive comp. It's still going to work here. They've got 3 ultimates to work with. With Wuvo having the Dragon Blade, and they've got Flake and Saphira with their ultimates. As the sound barrier is going to be popped here from both Lucios, so everyone an equal advantage here. As Wuvo gets the kill though on top of Satiric, who's popped his Dragon Blade. So he hasn't been able to find any other kills here. The Transcendent's been popped here from Saphira to keep people healthy. As we've got Sparky with the Primal Rage trying to separate a lot of the lineup here for Ebin. A lot of them have been taken out or scattered. And here's the self-destruct being put down here from Bane. Not going to pick up any kills though. He should have kept that one to himself. They should just let the point go here, Ebin. They're at a big disadvantage. People should just jump off the edge and just rejoin together as a group. As now a couple of members might get caught out here as Mason does get the kill on top of Project. So good job from Mason to get a kill back for his team. As they're under a little bit of pressure here, but they're going to force away Sparky as he was under a bit of trouble. No, he's jumped up. He's landed back on top of Miss Saigoon to get some damage off. But not going to get too much as the healing's right behind her to keep her healthy. Sorry if you're a dude as well, but it's Miss Saigoon, so I'm just going to call you a she. Oh no, it's Mr. Saigoon, so I'm wrong. I'm a complete idiot. As I'm going to focus on the game as Bane and Yang get a couple of kills each here as Satiric's there to help finish it off. So 51% here for Ebin. They've got 3 ultimates here. Mr. Saigoon, Yang and Satiric are good to go. With no ultimates on the side of Ancient Templar now, so they're at a disadvantage. They want to go in dry here because they can afford 2 fights. They'd prefer to go in dry, bat out the ultimates of Ebin, and then come back with the ultimate advantage. That would be the best possible option for Ancient Templar. They've got the dive comp, so they can just dive in and get some pressure on. But Flake got hooked down and taken out of the fight instantaneously. As Wuvo, though, does get a kill. And the Primal Rage has been popped here, and the Dragon Blade for Wuvo, so they did get their ults up. And I'd probably prefer to see Ancient Templar not use their ults, but they're going to get some kills either way. But Mason has other plans. He gets a kill on top of Project, and the sound barrier's been popped now, courtesy of Arco, as it's to keep people alive here on Ebin, and they're doing a good job holding the point and killing people one by one from Ancient Templar. They need to be careful with the self-destruct going to be thrown right down by Bane. Not going to pick up any kills, but it's going to help Mr. Saigoon get a couple of kills as everyone's fighting on top of the point once again as the self-destruct's going to come out. No kills, but it does separate people from Ebin, helping Project get the kill on top of Satiric as the Earth Shutter's going to be landed by Mr. Saigoon and going to send people down on top of the floor. And Ancient Templar is struggling to get on top of the point, and this is going to be Ebin's point now, 1-1. So as I was saying, Ancient Templar should have went in dry there and baited out the ultimates of Ebin and then came back in for a second push with an advantage. But they chose to stay in the fight and use those ultimates, and it cost them. And it became a very drawn out fight, and they knew, and pretty much that was their best opportunity to keep that fight going, and they just had to keep coming through and bleed in from the spawn. So that decision has cost them the game, but it's still 1-1. They can come back. Hopefully that doesn't tilt them and they can come back for their sake. So I should have said, for their sake, I hope it doesn't tilt them so they can come back and hopefully give a good fight to Ebin, who now have the momentum on their side, coming up pretty strong on that exchange. So some people opt to see, so I was going to say, some people play Widowmaker on Ruins, which will be Wuvo, who's switched on to the Widowmaker. So expected to find some, let's see where he's going to go with the Widowmaker and what advantage point. He's going to go up here on this broken pillar. Doesn't get any kills though, it doesn't get up too much damage, just the fight's going to happen here next to the pillars on the statue on the right hand side here for Ebin. They've already got the advantage of the extra ground, but Spoons has got the kill on top of Satiric, so they're down and Anna. They can move forward here, Ancient Templar, without the threat of the Bionic Grenade as they hook in Mr. Saigoon. So very good start here off the back of those Roadhog ults from Spoons. So you got to watch out for those hooks, man, because they can grab a hold of you. And Wuvo now is going to apply extra pressure now up on top of the pillar, and he's going to take out Arco, so no one can be in the side of the Widowmaker unless you've got a sniper to contest. He's throwing down the spider mine. It's been quickly destroyed though. So Mr. Saigoon's holding up that shield, but no one's behind him, so people need to rally up. That shield's going to be broken unless he pulls it down. So he's just giving free ult charge to people hitting that shield. So they're going to rally up though. Get ready to come through on the left hand side through the main entrance. Shield's starting to crack now though for Mr. Saigoon as A lot of the members are under pressure now for Sparky, but they've taken him out, so Yang's done a good job, but too many members of Ancient Templar are there to back him up, and they've killed the rest of the Ebin members. There's just Bane left on the point. Mech's been popped, so he needs to die pretty quickly to rejoin his team, not delay too much on the clock, as Arco and Satiric, the only ones with their ultimates. Project has a Graviton Surge, but Saphira and Flake are about to get their ultimates along with Spoons with the whole hog. Mason does get a nice kill off on top of Ruvo, so they don't have that pressure of the Widowmaker now on top of them, so they can work with that, gather up and get ready to move back off to the checkpoint. As Mr. Saigoon's going to go on the left-hand side now. He's going to get the charge off. The Graviton Surge, though, placed right up here on top of the ledge. 3 members trapped inside of it of Ebin, but Mason does a good job to get 2 kills here. But he does fall down to Project. The pause is going to come out, unfortunately. Hopefully someone doesn't lose ult charge. Saphira is gone now, so unlucky for them. We're back into the game now, as we've got Saphira back in. He's logged back, but as I was saying, Ebin now, if they cap this point, they'll have a big advantage now with 3 ultimates on their side, so big ups to them. So they've got Yang, he's pretty close to getting the whole hog too, so it'll be quite difficult for Ancient Templar to break this. They need to go in dry and bait the ultimates. If they go in and waste the sound barrier, then they'll be at even a bigger disadvantage. So they're at 73%. They can just go in dry, bait the ults. The hook comes out from Bane though. He can get back to his team though before the mech will be popped. So Sparky's holding up the shield. The Zarya shield used a little bit too early here by Ancient Templar. It was behind a Reinhardt shield. As Bane throws up the self-destruct here, it's not going to pick up any kills, so they're down to self-destruct. So that's 1 ult that has been baited out here of Ebin. And they've taken out Mr. Saigoon here on the backside, who was completely caught out from the rest of his team. I think he lost the charge, getting a bit too far. Mason's got to get hooked point blank, fire a grenade to keep him alive though. He's trying to get up here on the ledge, but Flake's right behind him to finish him off. So Ancient Templar have gone in dry here, and they haven't used any ultimates, and they're capturing the point. They're popping Bane's mech, so Ebin in a really good position here, as Yang and Mr. Saigoon need to be careful, because they're going to get caught out, especially Yang, and that's going to cause even more delays on the side of Ebin. So they need to make sure that they just can't come in after the fight's already lost. You need to wait for all your members. Mr. Saigoon's been caught out here at 86%, so that's very troubling for Ebin, as now a lot of the ultimates are up for Ancient Templar, so Ebin was in such a fantastic position, so they can re-watch this and see where it went wrong, as the Graviton Surge is just on a couple of members here on the entranceway, as Wuvo's up there in a sneaky position getting shots down, so the notorious Wuvo, as I like to call him, and you can check out his stream. I think is Wuvo just his address on? Is it just Wuvo? Like twitch.tv/Wuvo. We've seen him time and time again on his old Twitch stream. As they're going to get ready to regather here. We're going to be back on the well, which was won by Ancient Templar. So this is Ebin's chance to right the wrongs here. No, actually, I think Ebin won on this one. I could be wrong. Yeah, no, it was Ebin that won on well. So, I am wrong. I believe. I don't know. We'll soon find out. Here we go. Gates unlocked now. They're going to move forward. Straight away is Mr. Saigoon recharging for that Lucius speed boost. He's going to get there first. I'm going to have to catch my camera up, mate. You're so quick, fast getting there. As the shield's going to start breaking though, for Mr. Saigoon needs to move across to the right-hand side. Throw that flame strike. Got that grenade landed to top everyone off as they all move through. But Bane's going to get hooked in. Not too bad though, he can fly back just before the mech gets popped through up the defense matrix, so he wasn't thrown down into the well. Ruvo though does get the kill on top of Mason. I almost called him Wasted. So he probably will be this weekend, as Spoons is falling down the well here. Sparky's spits around. He's going to charge in though to get the kill on top of Mr. Saigoon, as he was a little bit caught out. It's just Wuvo now. He's getting himself a little bit of trouble. He's going to run back to his team though. The first cap coming out from Ancient Templar. Here we go. So Ebin need to just regather themselves and just pick a point of entry. They've got no ultimates that are near to being online. I'd probably prefer them just going up the main entrance here. Just come through and just get as much damage down as possible. And try to catch someone out. And maybe someone on the back line. Because if they're just going to go full force into these shields, it's going to be a little bit difficult. Because the Reinhardt, once their shields go down, the Earth Shatters are going to be slammed upon them. So they need to go in quick and just try and get on top of Saphira, who's just over here, a little bit susceptible. They could have came through the right hand side. The Sparky's there now to block it off. As they're starting to rotate through the right, the hook's going to come on top of Bane. The mech's being popped down below, so he's going to fall down to his descent, or his death. As Wuvo's got the nanoboost on top of him with the tactical visor, trying to rotate around to get some kills, but he's been completely cornered out. He's got the Zaya shield to help him out. He's leading people astray though. Like, everyone's rotating around through the building. There's too many people from Ancient Templar there to back up Wuvo and get a lot of kills on Ebin, who are caught rotating around in circles and find themselves dying here. But they do have 3 ultimates to work with. 4 ultimates. They'll make that 5 now, Mr. Saigoon, so I really need to count the percentages. As Mason, Yang, Sateri, Arco, and Mr. Saigoon all have their ults ready to go. So you can imagine if Ebin don't get this win here on the checkpoint, they'll be very disappointed with themselves. But they're inside a Graviton the Surge here, courtesy of Project. Bite Grenade lands as well from Saphira, so they're going to try and follow this up as the hook comes out on top of Arco. But Mr. Saigoon's there with a nice double kill with an Earth Shatter. So beautiful work there from Mr. Saigoon, where the rest of the fight was happening behind him. It was like, screw that, threw down the Earth Shatter, got a double kill. So good job for him, paid off. They've still got 3 ultimates here as well. So Ebin definitely in a good position as Satiric gives a nice friendly message there to Jordan. So shout out to Jordan in the chat, aka Raxus. What's going on, man? Hopefully he starts streaming again soon, so everyone can check out his Twitch streams. So hopefully he gets a hold of that. As everyone started fighting out here, it's on top of the checkpoint, and Sparky's right there in the entranceway. He needs to be careful there. Flake is so low, he's going to burn a grenade on top of him. As Yang's going to hit the whole hog with the nano boost. He's got hooked though to stop the whole hog, so it's being cancelled. As, oh my goodness, Wuvo's going to go down the well with the tactical visor and nano boost on top of him. So beautiful hook there from Yang. He's going to win in the fight. Spoons gets the hook on top of Arco. Not going to matter too much because Yang's going to get the kill on top of Project. The Bane's there to help back up. So shout out to Yang, getting that hook on top of Wuvo, cancelling out 2 ultimates. You're going to be very disappointed in that one, Ancient Templar. As Saphira and Wuvo need to build their ults back up. Sparky lands an Earth Shatter though, and it's not going to be able to do too much, as too many of the Ebin members are back on top of the point, not in the choke. But Mr. Saigoon gets caught out here, he charges in, he gets hooked. So the advantage is being lost now by Ebin due to a couple of mistakes, and they need to be careful because there's too many tanks left alive. The boop's going to come out on top of Sparky from Arco. What a sneaky boop. See you later, Sparky, as Mace gets the kill on top of Spoons. And that boop is going to let Ebin have a chance to get back on top of the point. And Satiric disagreeing with the Western Australian ping. Well, you might want to move to the Eastern States with everyone else because screw Perth. As everyone else has gathered up here on the back end corner here for Ebin. Letting that charge up to about 95%. They might be able to get to 99. The cap's coming out. It's going to get to 97, 98, 99. Here we go. They've done a good job to stay alive here, Ebin. They can just die now and then come back for the last push. Baiting out a couple of ultimates here. Oh, but my camera angle is just shocking here. As Wuvo gets a nice double kill. But they did bait out those ultimates. They've got the advantage now, Ebin. They just need to push on the point quickly, not waste any time. As walking slowly with your shield's not going to do that, Mr. Saigoon. You want to be able to push forward. As it's at 93%. They can't have any choices here which way to go. They're just going to jump on there. And the sleep's going to come. And the Graviton Surge. No one's going to be able to get on top of the point. And the overtime bar is shrinking. They can just touch there with Mr. Saigoon, but he lands into Sparky's Earth Shatter. He gets on a couple of members, but Yang's there with the whole hog. But Wuvo's already got himself a double kill, so they're down 2 members. There's the next being popped here by Bane. He's trying to get some kills on top of Wuvo, who's crouch glitching. So shame on you, Wuvo, for resorting to crouch glitching instead of actually using good aim. As Sparky gets the kill on top of Mason, and that's going to be about it here for Ilios. You can sum it up with Ebin just making a few mistakes and Wuvo being a scumbag, crouched glitching like Frogger. So everyone, send Wuvo your messages and tell him, crouch glitch cheater, get the hell out of the community. As you see him here carve up a pumpkin, as he carves up the rest of our hearts with his cheating ways, and gets the kill on top of Arco there. Is I don't like seeing you, Wuvo. You're crouch glitching. Makes me angry. I was going to say some other bad words, but I'm not going to do that on stream. So, but shout out to Ancient Templar getting the win there. We'll see what map they choose.